Hello, this is Dwight's Vibe, Saturday, March 8th, 2013, and just getting ready to make maple syrup. This is the sap house. And this is the temperature. So when you see when it's up to 48 degrees on a day where it was 16 degrees first thing this morning, the sap really runs. And today's episode is about thanking the trees, who are just as important in our life as anything else on the planet. We couldn't live without trees. Oh, there's the chicken. Charlie. This is my old graveyard for one of the old rototillers that's had it the rest of its life. This is an apple tree. I love apple trees. The wood smells really good. So there's one of my maple trees that was damaged by Hurricane Irene. And it's hung on there pretty good over the years, but now it's pretty much gone. It's a great tree for the kids to climb on. The maple trees give us maple syrup. It's a form of sugar that's kind of as old can be. The Indians used to boil down the sap. They would put the sap in bowls and put hot rocks in the fire and then throw the rocks into the sap to help boil off the sap. It starts out at about 98 degrees. 98% water, 2% sugar, roughly. And by the time it's boiled down, it takes 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of maple syrup. And these trees are all organic, which it's really not hard to be an organic maple producer because you really don't use pesticides with trees very often. Some people will spray against the gypsy moth when it comes through every 7 years, but it's very expensive and most people don't. So this is my favorite tree here. It's very much alive. You can really feel its life on a day like today when it's starting to draw the sap from the roots in the ground that it stores over the winter up into the tree to feed the buds. It's very much a ritual of spring. It's really running today. I think that's about as fast as I've ever seen it run. Usually it just goes drip, 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 but it's like a drip, 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 drip. It's just amazing. So I figured I'd take a little break and do a quick Dwight's Vibe to bless the trees and to thank the trees. You can kind of hear the sound of the sap hitting the bucket. And by tomorrow, the trees will be, those buckets will be about half full. And we'll collect it and then we'll boil it. So I just do a quick demonstration of how we borrow a little sap from the tree. It doesn't hurt the tree. as long as you don't overdo it. Go in about 2 inches, and you kind of get into the channel where the sap is coming up from the roots to feed the buds. So I'll demonstrate. And I kind of get the little sawdust type stuff out there. It's about 2.5 inches. And see, you can see it's really running. So then we get a tap and we tap it in. And then we hang the bucket, and then you put a little chapeau on the top, a little hat, so that when it rains or snows, because there's still a little bit of winter left, it doesn't make the sap any more diluted with water. And that's our stream that goes through the property, called Spring Creek. Okay, now I'm going to hold this with my